welcome back everyone. Do some more Age of Empires. We're also getting a monastery down. That's a fast monastery. I like seeing that. Then you're in for a rude awakening. These monks need to retreat. They're just kind of healing each other in a circle. That's cool, I guess. We gotta grab up these sheep while we can. Hey, welcome back everyone. Bit of a different game here for you. We're taking the perspective of our opponent because this is the first of my 5 placement matches in 1v1. And Kahuna Chronic, playing as the Chinese, is up against me, playing as the Ottomans here on Waterholes. New 1v1 map that I'm not too familiar with. And I'd like to apologize to Kahuna Chronic. I'm sorry. Relic has some very interesting decisions when it comes to MMR, and it decided for my first placement match, even though previously I had been placing in high platinum and low diamond, they decided to put me against you, a silver player. I apologize. That said, we're gonna make the most of this replay by talking a little bit about some decision making, how you can improve. I'm not really here to criticize your gameplay, Kahuna Chronic. You played probably as well as you could. And I'm really just hoping to highlight this for players who are trying to get the basics of the game. I figured this would be a good place to start. First off, I love the opening here. Kahuna Chronic is going for a dock opening here. And so he's focusing on wood here. I would maybe... Oh, only 4 villagers? Actually, yeah, that's fine. I really like the supervision of the lumber camp. We've got a dock going down here. We've already got it rallying fishing ships out. We're going to start producing ships to gather up food. I like the opening. It's bold. That said, I feel like a dock opening against an Ottoman player is a little dangerous because it's very possible that they went with that opening military school. So this is like maybe gold, platinum level thinking here, the matchup. Can I get away with a dock against an Ottoman player? Debatable. I actually decided to not make a military school because I didn't think my Chinese opponent would be bold enough to go for a dock. And so instead I'm just going for a fast age up, getting the twin minaret madrasa. Kind of funny that Kahuna Chronic ended up going for a dock. But there it was. My scout, you just saw a flash of red there. I caught the dock. And it's got the fishing boats out. The longer these fishing boats can operate, the better this decision was. Because I'm going to try and shut down this dock as quickly as I can. But since I don't have my Dark Age spearmen being produced from the military school, I have to awkwardly find some other way of doing it. So Kahuna getting away with something here. Pretty impressive. Choosing to go for a dock opening against an Ottoman player. I personally think that's a little dangerous. I would never really do it. But, yeah, it was kind of a, oh, well, you thought that I thought that you thought. It was very, very advanced levels here. Good scouting. I like this scout run by here. Although after that age up, that's when you should double back. Because it's one thing to notice the landmark, it's even more important to see what military structures I might be putting down. Very important to scout your opponent right when they age up. To not only see the landmark, of course, but also to see what they're going to do after. And a full transition away from wood. Spending it well, got about 125 left. I like the village near the gold. That's a great idea if you're a Chinese player. If you can put a safe structure, something for your villagers to retreat to near your gold, always great. And look at that. His fishing ships actually end up spotting the stable right as it's finishing. And this was tricky because I kind of knew that I'd get scouted right when my age up came. I kind of assumed that's what the opponent was going to do. So I actually built a proxy stable here. And now we're going to try and shut down the dock. I'm also going to build an outpost here. That way to force my opponent to either make a junk or maybe a war junk to have to try and shoot at my villager or bring units over here. And really, I have to assume that with this much invested in wood, my opponent doesn't have any military structures. So this is that dock shutdown that I was talking about. If I were Kahuna, I'd probably say to myself, okay, this dock is done. My opponent is committing way too much to this. I'm not going to get anything here. Let's just get these fishing ships in and maybe consider putting another dock down here. But we'll see. Aging up with the Barbican of the Sun, love it. Could probably get to the, probably could also get the Imperial Academy if he had just kept maybe a few, rather than using the villagers who were gathering gold to build the Barbican, to instead just continue to mine gold, could probably be making the Imperial Academy right now. I'm not going to be coming into his base. I'm going to focus my units on burning down the dock. So really, Barbican being rushed up, really not an issue. Though I do have a good scout on this, I'm not going to attack. Yeah, see, just floating a bit of food here. That's okay. And I like this. The sheep have been gathered around the mill. The mill is being supervised by the Imperial official. And that's a lot of food coming in. Look at how much food that was. Now the Imperial Academy can go down. Would love to see it right there. Yes. Great move, Kahuna Chronic. Dock is getting torn down. I've even put a emplacement on this outpost. We may see it shoot down a few of these fishing ships. And a smart move to have the fishing ships drop off the last of their fish at the dock and then float out into the center. Really love the decision making here, Kahuna. This is smart. Get them away from the shoreline. Get them away from any kind of arrow fire. Keep them here until maybe you can get another dock. Alternatively, you could bring them up here to maybe provide some scouting. A little dangerous, but could be good. And the scout came out. It spotted my own dock going down on the north end here. And Kahuna doing well in terms of villagers. You can see he has the slight lead because of the fishing ships, but they are idle. So you'll notice truly we're at 27 and 27 villagers. Though we should see Kahuna get some more villagers here thanks to the Song Dynasty. And now we gotta ask ourselves, what should Kahuna Chronic be going for here? I think there's maybe like one or two options. One is put down a bunch of archery ranges and start spamming Zhugnu and going for maybe a Zhugnu ram push. Alternatively, focus on food and gold, get a lot of these villagers off of wood and over to these berries or maybe these deer. And try to get up to the Castle Age. The gold income coming in is looking really good, but just needs to find a way to the Castle Age. And yep, I find one of the random villagers out on the map. I'm not sure what it was trying to do. Maybe trying to skirt around. Yes, trying to put a dock down here. Smart move by Kahuna. You really want to get that dock up again so that these fishing ships aren't just a wasted investment. Although needs to cancel these docks, that's wood that's just being left over. Yeah, should cancel these. That way can get a refund on those, on that wood spent. So yeah, I think either archery ranges or rushing up to the Castle Age or start gathering stone for a second town center. But this just continual gathering of wood and nothing to do with it. Okay. Barracks, blacksmith, interesting. Oh, and an archery range. Okay. Maybe this is going to be a Castle Age play. I don't hate it. Maybe consider spending some of that wood on a granary here. Either spend all of the wood or none of it. I mean, it just doesn't feel right to put down a bunch of buildings. And oh, the dock is still up here. It's going to be hard to build that dock. I'd cancel that. Nearing the Castle Age up, that's looking good. Here comes the blacksmith. The two barracks are out. If I see two barracks, I'm thinking Castle Age. I'm thinking fast Castle Age and then just pushing out a bunch of palace guards. Of course, I'm harassing with my Spahi and archers here. We'll just kill a villager and run away. And this is so painful for Kahuna Chronic because he's about 200 food away from aging up. And if we can just harass these villagers, Oof. Yeah, he's still so close. That is so painful. And he wants to get the mill down over here. The issue here is that even if he gathers up enough, and I've just put hold position on these archers, I'm just going to have them shoot away. Even if he gets the food to age up, okay, well, where's the next food going to come from? You can age up and get the Imperial, is it the Imperial, oh, okay, there's the landmark that allows the Imperial spies or the astronomical clock tower. I like the clock tower decision because at least you have wood and gold. You can spend that, at least on some sort of unit. But, oh man, these spy deals so much damage. He attacks so quickly. We're just sniping the random villager. Oh, yeah, these spy need to, ouch. So yeah, the astronomical clock tower is out. Could start producing nest of bees, but really there has to be somewhere on the map to gather food. You have to find some way of gathering food. And if maybe that wood had been spent earlier on a granary or some farms, there could at least be a trickle of food coming in. Or maybe use the wood to put down outposts here, 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 and at least secure these deer. There's got to be some food source on the map to secure. And I've got my units patrolling. We're looking for where the next dock might be built. And this one is still just a blueprint waiting to be built by a villager. These poor fishing ships are stuck here. And I just know that he's checking, Kahuna is checking your idle villagers, and these keep showing up. Maybe put them on a patrol route? I wonder if that gets rid of their idleness. That'd be nice. We're both into the castle age, but yeah, there's just no food coming in. 22 food per minute, not even enough to push out villagers. This is rough. Could be using the nest of bees to move out onto these deer. That's probably the move. I mean, it's okay turtling up. The granary will at least start providing some food. Yeah, now the food's finally trickling in, can get more villagers. But man, if there was a dock secured, could just be pushing out fishing ships. And essentially Kahuna's sacrificed the entire map to me, all because of this lack of food. When you run out of food as the Chinese, it hurts so bad. And the blacksmith did go down, but there was nothing purchased from it. So that's another bit of wood spent that maybe could have been spent on outposts or archery ranges or, again, granaries and fields. Some wood is being spent on siege units, looks like rams and nest of bees. Could use the ram to, move down here, clear out the outpost, maybe get this dock up and working. But it's hard to understand what the castle age really allowed for. If you quickly make it to the castle age as the Chinese, you have to have food secured so that you can push out palace guards. That's probably why you're making it to the castle age. I have to assume Kahuna wanted more than just 2 nest of bees out of his castle age. And you can make granaries in the feudal age. I'm pretty positive. You just have to have that Song dynasty. And now the food's starting to trickle in, but I mean, I've got food wherever I want it. I can get it from the water. I can get it from these deer. I could go after other berries and deer on the map. Not too worried. And now this is the force to move out with. It's tough. Really, the lack of food has just been so punishing. And with the Song dynasty, you can really push out villagers. So when your town center is idle and you have Song dynasty, that hurts. And the deer just out of reach. Maybe with all the gold, could have considered professional scouts and just snapped these deer up and brought them back, maybe to this mill, or maybe to, probably the mill, maybe like right here on the mill, and then supervise and get working. Something to secure food. I think professional scouts could have done it. I think a ring of outposts here could have done it, or maybe a wall and some outposts. But of course, I'm bringing knights along. I'll use them to smack down some of these nest of bees. Yeah, it's just a story of food here. Just not enough food. Plenty of gold. Gold's just flowing in, mostly thanks to all the tax collection. 3 Imperial officials out, gathering, supervising. And we're seeing this stone wall going down. Maybe would have preferred to see it just saved up to make a castle or a keep. Hard to say. It's also very hard to wall off on this map. Like, what are we walling off here? I guess a relic and some wood. That's about it. Honestly, overall, I liked Kahuna's play. It's just hard to look several steps ahead. It's hard to say to yourself, well, what's my next food source? What's my next food source? What's my next gold source? What's my next wood source? And it just never really got to that point this game. The palace guards are finally coming out. I've got an army of crossbowmen waiting. It was a tough game. Again, Kahuna, I apologize. It was my first placement match for 1v1s. It was a good game. I wish you luck with all your future games. May not see you on the ladder again, but have a good one. And catch you all later, hopefully for the next match.